Ayo, mystery dungeon music. That's impressive, actually. Some songs I can only really nail if I listen to it in the context of something. Like I might be able to nail like an old Cammy OST or something, but even then, I would just hear it and I go, that sounds like a cool song." But you're right, it is. All right, how about this song? All right, how about this song? Sorry, I didn't mean to laugh. This is a real song. This is a real song. How about that song? I swear this is a serious song. Okay, what do you think this song is? I'll give you a hint. I'll give you a hint. Okay, everybody try to guess what this song is. Everybody try to guess what this song is. Sir, we have an alien on the premises. Do we have permission to fire? Fire! Shoot that little green alien out of the sky! This is what first contact looks like. Yeah, that's the thing, right? People always assume that alien first contact ends up being something that we have to prove, right? But what if the aliens are thinking the same thing? Because the way that the government seems to talk about alien first contact and like scientists, right, is they always presume that we're the ones putting in the effort and that we're the ones anxious about the first contact. But the aliens could just be as anxious, and they might be, and it might end up that they come bearing like, you know, an understanding of who we are by singing one of our songs. Like this is not out of the realm of possibility that an alien goes, "Okay, we're gonna visit Earth for the first time ever," and everybody's anxious, and so they go, "Wait, we have to bring them a gift. We have to bring the humans a gift to let them know that we mean well." Okay, what's a good gift? What's a good gift, Zorpo? I know a great gift. I've heard that this song is popular on Earth. Let me sing it to them to demonstrate mastery of their language. And then they start singing this. We'll sing just the two of us because it's just us. That'd be amazing. I believe that this song it means that there are only two people in the entire universe. Let us reciprocate this message and let them know that us and them have a future together. And then we blow him up. Like it's like he's not gonna survive. The moment the alien brings out the microphone, like somebody's gonna go, "It has a weapon," and then you know what I mean? Like it's just not gonna work. What's that emote? Glory believe. Glory believe. That one's good. I like glory believe. Welcome to today's stream, everyone. I didn't mean to start like that, but you know, it was a good intro. I've got some good things for you all. One, today is going to be a programming stream in the second half of it because I actually got the video chat thing set up, like how to get it working to test these things out, and we're gonna see if this idea is possible to even like make a VR chat world with this one feature that I think is going to be fun for Christmas. And I don't know if this is possible. I also didn't check if this is already there, but we'll see how it goes. Sorry, I'm so gassy. Wow, why am I so gassy? Two, I've got a cool new game to show you today. I know I said no new games, but you know, for segments like this where it's like a very short amount of gaming into a much longer segment of something that isn't gaming, I kind of figure, you know what, might as well just give you something, like throw you a bone, give you something interesting to like start with, because the longer term games, with a longer term game that requires multiple sessions, I like to keep those at the end as almost the thing that we fall back to, right? The problem is that now we have, I think, like 30 something games that we need to finish, so I need to start finishing some of the things. Don't call me the finisher, because I never finish anything. I never finish. So yeah, we're going to try that. I'm also going to try talking in a normal, calm voice. I'm going to try talking in my normal register for the entire stream, with no inflections, no crazy way of speaking, because I need to relax my throat. So I've been looking up ways to relax my threshy. I've been feeling like my threshy is a bit too tight, and I worry that tightness is gonna end up hurting me in the long run. So what I wanted to do was to try and do like a free speech therapy thing because it's, do you know speech therapy costs a lot of money? Like, I didn't realize this, and I was like, okay, maybe I'll just do it for free by myself. Relax, but relax. Finisher, I hardly know her. What's the emote? Glorp emote approved. Glorp is over there. Okay, that's the thing, right? This is okay. Little green alien. Okay, green alien. Everybody believes that green aliens are going to look like. What the hell is this? What is this? What? What is this? What is this? What the hell is this? Ultra Records and Green. This thing is like 5 billion views. Why is it 5 billion views? Dancing Green Alien. What the hell is this? Oh shit. Holy shit! I've never seen this in my life. I've never seen this. If an alien comes down to Earth and starts dropping it like this, like we might have to, like we I don't know, society would change overnight. We would be like, all right, listen, space travel gets 100% of the funding. Food, benefits, roads, military. Look, we don't even need a military anymore. All we know is that there is an insane party going on outside, and we have to go there now. That's crazy. A classic of the genre. Okay, I need more alien videos. How many? There's no way. It's just a dancing alien over and over and over. There's only 3 Ultra Records. Oh no, wait. What's so wrong about Ultra Records? What's so wrong about Ultra Records? There's lips. There's a lot of things going on here. It seems fine. Hello, alien talking game. That's good. That's really good. You know what? Maybe the aliens aren't so bad. Maybe we can exist with the. Oh, it's DMCA gods. Oh, well, this isn't an Ultra Record song. Oh my God! Look, the aliens have taken over our culture, and they have decided that we are just a caricature for them to play. Alien cuck. It's the alien cuck. Oh my God! This is actually cool. I wonder how I've never seen this in my entire life. Because I thought I would have seen it at some point. Wait, is that Pitbull? This guy's... Holy shit! Pitbull went from Mr. Worldwide to Mr. Universal. What the hell? He's dancing with the aliens now too. This is crazy. Mr. Worldwide! No, it's Mr. Universal now! Okay, anyways, the reason why I got on this tangent is because everyone believes that the aliens look like this, right? Everybody believes that the little green alien looks like this, in a way, right? But imagine an alien that's just really, really buff. We'd be afraid. Is there an alien cinema emote? It's a good question. That's a good question. Alien Glorp Cinema. If there isn't, we have to make one, okay? If there isn't a Glorp Cinema... Okay, there is a Glorp Cinema. So there's one Glorp Cinema. We'll go for Alien Cinema as well. Okay, Alien Cinema is not nearly as cool. It's just a bunch of people doing... This one looks kind of sad, actually. Nothing against Alan, but like this one looks like someone's holding a gun to his head. This one he doesn't look happy. He doesn't look happy. It looks like someone's holding a gun to its head. Can we add it? Yeah. We can add this one. That one looked like sad. Like maybe I should call the police and then let them know that someone's being held hostage. Because that one's like, I feel like they need help. Like, okay, Alan, put your hands up. Put your hands up, Alan. What is this? Banana? How come no one ever uses banana? I guess I've never played a game that has a banana here. I think I was saving this for like a Donkey Kong game or something, but there's not that many games, chat. There are not that many games that involve a banana. What we should do a VR game that's about trying to peel. Holy shit. I know what feature to add to the VR chat world. It's peeling a banana without bruising the meat. So it's like, how well can you peel the banana in the VR chat world without bruising the meat? So you have to hold it like carefully. You have to peel it carefully, right? And there's even tools that you can use. This is just the Nutcracker game. Oh wait, we should just have a Nutcracker game in in the Christmas world, right? So okay, wait. We have some ideas here. Do not damage the cylinder. Yes, do not damage the cylinder. Play peek with us again. Lots of bananas here. I was about to send the message and then I forgot to. But yes, I'm actually down for the Sunday playthrough. I'm assuming your time zone is not my time zone, so I just need to figure out the time and confirm by tonight if it's doable, because I think I might be doing something that morning. I'm not really sure, but well, let's see. But if I can actually get on during that time and I'm not doing anything that morning, then I should be good. Because I've been craving playing some more Peak with everyone in like a giant group, because it's like that game is fun, and that new level is really good. That new biome is really really fun. But I do need to see. So we leave the banana. But what is this? Also, do any of you know about the do not damage the cylinder thing? That one is really good. It's imperative that the cylinder remains unharmed. So this person, I wonder if I find it. Some guy, like, this happened. Here we go. Good Reddit. Oh man, it's like a Twitter link. The top comment to this post is the OP of the original post. This is the person who did it. How would you get... Look at this. How would you get a small cylinder? What's crazy is he dropped the numbers. 5.1 inches in length, and that's average. Okay, this is the global average. Okay, 4.5 inches in girth. I think that's average. That feels pretty girthy. Unstuck from a mini M&M's tube filled with butter and microwaved mashed banana. That's no small cylinder. It sounds like a perfectly adequate cylinder to me. Average size, you might say. Yes, thank you, but that may be part of the problem. Thank you, killed me. So it's like everybody's trying to look at this. Need to get air in there to release the pressure. I can't risk power tools damaging the interior cylinder. Seriously, go to the ER before your cylinder dies. Hospital. They went to the hospital. I didn't know that they went to the hospital. Oh shit. I saw this happening live. Way back then, and it was so funny to me, but I didn't see that they went to the hospital, which is funny to me because I wonder what happened. But I've heard that people at the hospital hear about this stuff constantly, and so they like they've seen enough of it to not be surprised. Like, I've heard the stories of like nurses and then doctors talking about what they find up people's assholes. I'm an engineer, so your best bet here is to use pressure. Nail polish removes high vapor pressure, might cause discomfort by drying the external layer of the cylinder out. The external layer. Professional cylinder removers are available. It will be far more embarrassing to have to live cylinderless if you can't tell the cylinder is his penis for the rest of your life. Perhaps a hot bath is in order. Yes, that might help me clear my head. Cut the tube. I don't want to risk a blade coming that close to the cylinder. My experiment does not involve anything sexual. Look at this. And then, if the tube had an opening on the other end, it would not be sealed. I will keep that in mind next time I try this experiment. I don't have a dryer readily available. It seems like the cylinder may have expanded and pushed a lot of the butter out when inserted. Why would the cylinder have blood flow? No! Nurses are the wildest work stories, vets too. I'm actually afraid to hear veteran stories, because the few times I've talked to a veteran, their stories are like fairly normal. Like, they talk about the like crazy shit that they used to do in the barracks and like stuff, and then they would talk about the ways that they ate food, and then they would talk about the time that they saw someone's head explode, and then and then their eyes got really really empty, and I was like, oh shit. So it's like, I usually don't ask because they usually don't want to recall it. So it's like, I let them be the ones to bring it up. But the nurses, they seem to love telling me this stuff. So I'm like, yeah, sure. Yeah, tell me about that time that like you found like an unflared, I don't know, like an entire cucumber in someone's asshole. Sure. And that the cucumber was in there for so long that it started to like rot or something. Sure. Yeah. But for the vets, I'm like, maybe I should stay away for like a bit, because I let them control the pace. What is this? We need to get rid of one emote so that I can have space. Gachi? Why is there so much of this? Gachi? Aniki? Okay, chat, you have to use this more. This one's really good. Busface is probably good too. I mean, this one's really good for Christmas. So it's like when you want to celebrate Christmas, you use this. But like this one, that's really good. Bitrate, AO, ice cream so good. I need to get rid of one emote. Diva ass clap, very thighs, hard stuck. I don't know about this one. I'm gonna get rid of this emote over here. We need to make space for this one. Okay, so okay, look, we have space now, and now we have Glorp Cinema. Everybody, please enjoy Glorp Cinema. You now have a new emote. Now again, imagine if the aliens come down and they don't look like the aliens that we see within Signs or within that one Ultra Records video, which will DMCA me very very soon. Imagine they come down and they look something like us, like just massive fit bodybuilders or like in the suits. I'd be freaked out. I'd be freaked out. But you don't need to worry about aliens coming down. You need to worry about demons or something. I don't know, or like zombies, right? I feel like in terms of what's going to happen, I feel like a zombie is more likely to happen than aliens. I've actually thought about this. I think it's worth it to prepare for a zombie apocalypse over an alien invasion. Because the zombies, I feel like we're closer to the idea of a zombie than not. Because let me tell you, we're making the robots now that can walk around, right? They look like people. They walk like people. Some of them even talk like people. Maybe, I mean, there's even like controllers that talk with for you too. So now imagine that for some reason, whatever we do there to give them like a consciousness, a being, happens to go into a person, it's over. And we wouldn't know what to do. You're afraid of humans more than aliens or demons. Okay, so true, but you have to go outside. Like, you have to touch grass. Okay? You can't just use that as the reason. You have to go. You can't keep pooping inside of your bucket. You need to go into the hallway and go around and then go to the washroom. Okay? You can't just keep asking your parents to come with a bucket for you to poop on. Everyone wants to prep for zombies. No one wants to prep for the Terminator and for the Terminator end of the world. I mean, to be fair, if like a Terminator comes, that movie was always scary to me because it's like, because okay, what's funny is that okay, the Terminator arcade game where you have the two-handed rifle was so unrealistic to me because one Terminator did all of that in the movie. One Terminator, a single Terminator did all of that, and then in the arcade game, we had to fight like dozens, if not hundreds of thousands of them across the entire game. And we have to deal with them. It's like, this doesn't make any sense because a single one of them can do anything to us. Like, realistically, I've been thinking like a modern Terminator might be interesting to really show, especially nowadays that like, I think a lot of the movie standards have changed where it's like, there's a possibility of a lot more gore and like, just like scariness. I think it'd be interesting to have that because I think maybe you could even show more of the raw power of a Terminator. Because while the movies did a good job of showing the power, it showed the power in relation to a Terminator based on the rules, right? But I kind of want to see a Terminator like rip a person in half, just to really show like, oh yeah, like we are nothing to the machine, and that's why everyone's afraid. Whereas like it was very much implied, which is still fine. But how did the Terminator power itself? That's a good question. Maybe it powers itself off of like food. You know what? We need like a funny, good lore reason as to why it powered itself. What do you think is a good way to power yourself in like a funny lore way? Maybe actually I have been thinking about this. So you know how like succubi power themselves off of semen, right? We could theoretically build like a succubi robot, and then we have it do the exact same thing. Like, there's nothing really stopping us from doing so, because it's like the robot could just power itself off of semen too. Like, imagine we get so good at chemistry that we're able to convert semen into a power source, like raw energy, right? One, everybody that can produce semen, I'm sorry, but you're going into a factory. Two, we can make succubi robots. I think we're closer to making succubi robots than anything else. Concerned. I had a lot of thoughts last night. That's why I wasn't able to sleep. I had a lot of thoughts last night. I think last night I went from like checking out stuff like Visual Studio all the way through to other things, and then I just ended up on this weird topic. There's a music video by Critical's band that does the semen robots. Wait, what? Wait, first off, Moist Critical has a band? Second off, what? The semen? Is it Skynut? The Gentleman Skynut? Is it this? Oh my god, I think it is. I didn't know that he had a band, but also it feels fitting that his band is called The Gentlemen. Like, it just feels like this feels like a very YouTuber coded band name. It's very funny. The year 2020. AD machine sent. Wait, when was this video made? This video was made 5 years ago. Oh, I see. So in 2020, the machines came back here. So, okay, so they came back. I'm gonna look for when he collects nut. I did not expect this. Oh, is this him inside the... This is him inside the nut machine? That's exactly what I was thinking of. Yeah. Where it forces you to like orgasm and it just collects your semen. I've actually been thinking about this. In the Matrix, I've been thinking about this too. Because technically, oh my god. Oh my god, that's a lot of nut. That's like enough nut to... This is enough nut to like, you know, that's a lot of nut. That's enough for like maybe like a year's worth of supply. That's a lot. And he... Okay, well, it inserts it inside of the crotch. Alright. And then they go and they have to fight it. I wonder how this came about, because I've had this thought too. You know, so in the Matrix, so the one thing about the Matrix is that the human pods, the pods are here, and the pods, it's like this life support system. So I can't play too much of the scene because it's gonna DMCA the shit out of me, right? But these pods look exactly like this. And so you're inside of these pods, and there's millions, if not billions, of different pods. You're crashing out right now. Is it because of the semen? Is it? Don't come! I'm asking everybody to not come while I'm streaming, please. This is a nut-free zone. This is a nut-free zone. Everybody, please do not come while you watch me, or at least come, but don't tell me. But this, I've been thinking about this. I think, because like humans produce poop and pee, right? Like even if you're on like an IV drip and you don't eat anything, like you still sometimes get something out of your body, right? So does the Matrix reuse your poop and your pee? And then also like, you know, can they stop you from like having a wet dream and then like, you know, coming, right? Because if you have sex inside of the Matrix, don't you nut inside there and then you nut in real life too? So then, because we do know that in the Matrix they do reproduce the humans with the semen, right? So it's like they use the semen for the reproduction, but do they just use the semen in general too? Like what happens if someone has like a random wet dream? And so now there's like nut inside of the red pool of water, like flowing around. So there's nut. Like there's nut floating around your body. There's like nut coating your face. There's like nut coating your arms. There's like nut coating your like ass, right? And then the machine is like, well, time to drain it. I have to reuse this now, and then it has to suck it out to like use it somewhere else, right? I've always thought about this. And maybe they had the same thought, because I think to myself, what do they do with the waste fluids of the body? Even something like sweat. Like I feel like, what do you do with all the sweat on the body? Unless this is like a perfect temperature where you never sweat, but I don't think so, right? Because if you run, I don't know about you, but sometimes I run inside of a dream and then I wake up and I'm like drenched in sweat, because it's like, you know, the most physically straining thing that I've ever done in my dream. Trying to run at a normal speed, because for some reason in a dream I'm both powerless and speedless. So I think to myself, this has to be a thing that is there. So maybe they came to the same conclusion, either watching the Matrix or just thinking about it. I also don't remember this scene, and I don't remember his skin looking like that. His skin looks... Something's wrong with his skin. And I wonder if this is real slime that he had to go in. And I wonder how they made the slime. Is it just gelatin or like collagen? Did he just like sit in there and it's all slimy and stuff? Oh man. And then he like leaves the pod, he sees the lights, and then they rescue him from it by pulling him out. Like, what a great movie. It's clothing? Wait, is it clothing? Oh, like a fake bodysuit. I think so. No, you're right. It probably is like a fake bodysuit. Yeah. I guess that makes sense, because even looking at the design of the things attached to him, it's like on his body, right? Yeah, see? Yeah. I think you're right, because it's like inside of his skin. It's like meant to be inside of his skin, but presumably... I mean, that's a pretty impressive thing to like do, though, because then it's like... Wouldn't it be easier to do it off of the one section? But I can kind of see why. Maybe they wanted his skin to have that green tint, and also he had hair, so... I remember him having hair. He wasn't bald the whole time. I remember him having hair. So maybe they didn't want to slime him up too much for fear of him losing all of his hair. We need like a semenologist on hand. But just for clarification, you're crashing up because a new Valve VR store page is up. Wait, really? Where? Oh yeah, wasn't there? So wasn't it two things? There was also like a Dota 2 page too. Wait, Steam Frame. Your games. Oh, as in like wait, as in like the new Valve VR machine. Wait, did this just come out? What is this? VR and non-VR gaming. Holy shit. This just came out and there's a wireless version of it just came up. Holy shit. This is hot off the press. Wow. What's funny too is that okay, so I was gonna buy the thing for the Valve Index, which has the wireless stuff, but it didn't work well. But turns out they actually have this. And look at this, it's standalone. That's actually so sick. I mean, the theory was always that it would be a standalone VR headset, right? The theory was always that it would be a standalone headset, and that it would upgrade all of the features to match everyone else, like with the eye tracking and stuff. But for it to just drop out of nowhere, that's sick. And you just wake up, jump right into your games. Oh my god, wait, this is like hot off the press. Thank you for letting me know, because I would not have known until way after. Wait, we're opening up a Steam Frame developer kit program to help. The more feedback, hey, can I request one? Supplies are limited. Can I request one to make like an application? Because I really want to make one VR application, which is like a true VR desktop where you have unlimited space and it's just like an AR see-through. But at least you like work within your space, and then you can like have infinite workspaces or something. But this is sick. I can't believe that they just announced it out of nowhere. That's kind of crazy, actually. Also, new Steam controller and new Steam machine. Okay, that's what? Or is there like a Steam controller? And then Valve's new Steam controller might be my dream controller. Okay, and then new Steam machine, Steam releases. How do people get this news? How do people find this like news? Steam hardware releases. I remember Steam machine is like, I remember that being a cool concept. So I'm glad that they're trying it again to have its own system. You must be one of the few people who use the Steam controller. There's another chat member who does, and they were super happy about it because they really enjoyed it. This has been hyped up as some sort of leak since the beginning of the week. Wait, really? Oh, I've been very out of it for the entire week. So thank you for letting me know. Thank you. Okay, Verge, I just need you, Verge. Your only existence is to link me to what is going on. How do I give me a link to the goddamn controller, please? Leaks that have been coming out over the past year. There have been leaks. Wait, so these leaks are probably real then? Because didn't we know about this for like a long time? Like, I swear I talked about the like Deckard and then the thing where they're like slowly leaking stuff. But I thought that they were fake too, because nothing was coming out. So, but you are in the VR bubble. That is true. Like all of your socials are probably going crazy right now. Oh my god, this is amazing. And SteamOS is actually a really good OS. And in fact, SteamOS is like still going on now, even on the Steam Deck. So, I mean, this is neat. I'm actually surprised that they have all of this, and I'm surprised that they're doing such a major release of 3 different things, which isn't bad, but it's just one of those things that you wouldn't have expected. Okay, here we go. Now this is how you get to see all 4. Yeah, because the next Volset has been right around the corner for 5 years. Exactly. It's always been for 5 years. So they're moving to a Snapdragon processor, ARM64. Wait, or rather, they now have a processor where they didn't have one because it's standalone. Well, 16 gigabytes of RAM. I guess like how does it compare to the Quest, right? What's like the Meta Quest? Meta Quest 3, is it? Specs. Meta Quest 3. I really wish there was like a single website to show me everything. Okay, here you go. So single website to show me everything. Valve is going crazy right now. Yes, and then yeah, the Dota crossover event with Monster Hunter, though that one is, I'm a bit less happy about that one, but at the same time, the Dota community is incredibly spoiled because they get an event and then they go, this is not enough, and it's like, buddy, you still get updates for like a 12-year-old game. Be happy, right? Some games die in the water. Warcraft 3 version of Dota, it's had to go to a community to like update it because the original version is like that. 2, It is a little disappointing because they don't have a Primal Beast skin. Okay, I will say this: there's no Primal Beast skin, and there's no there's just no like other champion skins. However, it's not their fault. Presumably, it might be due to licensing, because for some reason, maybe Capcom just wanted them to use the weapons and stuff. Dota gang, but no info on the price. Oh yeah, well you're right. There is no info on the price. But in terms of specs, it has double the RAM. LPDDR5X. Wait, there's an X? Wait, there's an X? What is X? Versus not X. Wait, how do I see? What does an X mean better performance on Quora? The X stands for extended. Did they announce the frame? They did. Okay, so the X is more efficient and it has an increased data rate from 3,200 megabits per second to 4266 megabits per second. So it's basically just it's just a stronger RAM. So it has faster RAM, double the RAM. Snapdragon Gen 3. 4 nanometer Snapdragon 8 Gen 3. This one has a Snapdragon XR2 Gen 2, but I don't know. The problem with the Snapdragon is that based on the naming, it's really hard to tell what exactly it is. But also it's interesting because I swear the Snapdragon 8 is just a normal ARM processor, whereas this one's specifically for... I swear this one's for mobile, isn't it? Maybe they want the stuff for good starting heroes for new people to play them. Yeah, so I was thinking of that too, where like for Dota 2, it seems like it's... I mean, obviously it's more of a marketing thing where they want people to be able to like get into the game. Because the game is very difficult to get into, and if you're going to get any player base, you should get the player base of Monster Hunter players who can't play Monster Hunter at the moment because the game is unoptimized. Like me, I can't play the game. I keep trying and it eventually crashes. So I'm like, okay, well, there's no point. So then you get those players to play your game to get a taste of Monster Hunter. And the quest system is actually really cool because if you kill somebody before they kill you, then you deny them their quest, which is so funny to me. So this is the mobile platform product brief. Okay, can I see like a breakdown of your products, please? Snapdragon 8. Snapdragon 8 series, the high-end SoC, and serves as Qualcomm's current flagship. So this is, okay, yeah, so this is their current high-end one. Whereas the Meta Quest 3 is using their MR series, which is interesting because it's like, well, why did they decide to go for this one versus that one? And why is this one, like, how is this any different? Snapdragon XR2 Gen 2, Qualcomm claims improved performance compared to its predecessors. Up to 10 concurrent processors. Gen 2, man, this is cool. 4K 2.4 times, wow, 4 times cores, holy shit. 2.36 plus 2 of these at the lower one, and you can use it like that. Where Snapdragon 8 is like what? Snapdragon 8. I mean, like, what's the Snapdragon 8 on this? Snapdragon 8 Gen 3. I guess it doesn't really say the exact model, but I guess we can assume we just go down to Snapdragon 8 Gen 3. Here we go. Snapdragon 8 Gen 3. I'm assuming it's just this one. So there is slightly faster clock speeds, and actually there's even a shit ton of more cores. This thing is an 8-core CPU? What the fuck? It's 4 nanometers with 8 cores? That's impressive, actually. Holy cow. I didn't realize, okay, I did not know Snapdragon was that good. Because the last time I checked out Snapdragon was maybe, like a decade ago when I had to make stuff for it. Maybe even like like that was a long time ago, and it was not that good. But now 8 cores on this, that's a lot of power, actually. What is this song? It's super chill. I don't know. It doesn't say the name. Okay, if anybody recognizes the picture, if anybody recognizes this picture, then you know. I downloaded a bunch of playlists a long time ago. These playlists actually you can't see on YouTube anymore because they got DMCA'd. So I downloaded them a long time ago, so I have them. But yeah, it is good though. You might be able to find it. Just like look for something called Fruddle, Fruddle. There's re-uploads here and there. So this thing's really fast. They got some really cool new stuff in it. It's really fast. It's got way more stuff in it compared to the Meta Quest 3, which makes sense because the Quest 3 came out in like what 2013. Yeah, a lot of stuff just wasn't either there or they didn't want to make it with this, right? Maybe for like price reasons. I'm going to assume that this is probably going to be fairly expensive. Kind of has Nier music vibe, but you're not sure. Does Nier have like the green places though? To me, Nier always looks a bit depressing, so I don't know if it's like a green backdrop like in that image. Because the image is from the game, but for some reason the image is just like a backdrop, but not like a main thing. It does feel a bit near. Maybe near is a bit like what's another genre that feels like it has that qualifier, right? It's like the near qualifier fits with another qualifier, like cyberpunk. Oh, like this is some like cyberpunk song. It could also be some sort of air tonalico. What? R tonelico is a multimedia. I've never seen this. Wait, this game looks sick. Is it a JRPG? Please don't tell me it's a JRPG. Sing a song? Wait, what? Sing a song? Well, air tona air. Uh, uh, eh, uh. The main theme for all the songs was sung by. Okay, how do you play the game? Sorry, side tangent. R tonelico gameplay. No commentary. Any percent. Here we go. No commentary, any percent, texture pack showcase. Okay, cool. Perfect. That's what I'm talking about. That's how you find a good game. I don't know what the fuck is going on. Wait. There's a bar, and then you press a button, and then it looks like a JRPG, but there's a bar at the bottom that seems to fill up. Okay, that's a cool game. I might check it out at some point. What else is there? The price, I mean, if we look at the price of the MetaQuest 3, if we assume that this Valve one is going to be higher priced, it could be like $1,000. Which honestly, I would pay for. Because the Valve Index is a what? The Valve Index, I think, is still like a 1.3K, no? Listen, also, what's funny is that this chat member who came in and it said that they're crashing out. Are you crashing out because you bought your headset before and then all of a sudden they announced this one? Because I would be sad too. You know what? It actually might take the place of... I wouldn't be surprised if it takes the place of the price point of the existing Valve Index. Because then it's like... Well, like, I feel like that makes sense. Because then it's like, oh, you have your... Because then this would just drop in price, and then you might want to use this, but then you can also buy the new one, which is its own standalone thing. But also, it's a good thing because I did not end up getting a new base station. Because I was thinking to myself, they're probably going to come up with something that is base stationless, because the base station did not end up being like a paradigm that the industry moved towards. The Steam Frame indeed did not end up to be the product that you're looking for. Okay, what was the thing that you were looking for? Was it mainly the form factor? Because I know the one that you got, the Big Screen Beyond 2, it's like a very nice form factor, right? It's like very, very comforting, or like, sorry, comfortable. I guess comforting might be like a way to look at it too. It's like very small, right? This thing does look really nice. It's very small, very comfortable, whereas this one feels like any other VR headset where it's like massive. Let's see. So, okay, so it has better performance. If we assume that the price of the two is going to be the same. But also, how does it connect to your PC to play games? You're looking for a PC VR focused headset in the Lighthouse ecosystem with good specs. Okay, so you wanted to use the Lighthouse ecosystem, and you want it to be PC VR focused. That's true, yeah, because this is standalone. This is standalone. However, okay, so let's see. So, the included plug-and-play wireless adapter provides a dedicated link for both VR and non-VR streaming. Steam Frame's dual radios make this connection even more stable. One radio is dedicated to streaming the audio and the visuals, and the other connects to your Wi-Fi. Two dedicated links, no competition. Standalone adds 1 point trailer plus weight that do not benefit your use case. That is fair. Yeah, because you have more stuff inside of it. Yeah, you have the whole processor in it. Yeah, I'm curious to see if you could use this with your PC, but at the same time, I get why they did this, because it's like standalone kind of feels like the way that the industry is trending, where it's like, because the thing with VR is like it'd be way too expensive for you to do everything all at once. Does the Steam Frame have eye tracking? Because that's also a deal breaker for you. I'm surprised that you don't want eye tracking. It does have eye tracking. Oh, missing it would be a deal breaker. Okay, sorry. I thought you meant it having it would be a deal breaker, because I was thinking to myself, okay, that's actually crazy, because it's like, it feels like you're trying to avoid a 1984 type of deal. So I was like, you're trying to avoid a privacy violation on your eyes. At the same time, I was thinking, you know what? I commend you for it, because I wouldn't want people to like track my eyes either. I was thinking, like, I don't want a company to like track my eyes either. Like, it's a little scary if you think about it. But yeah, if they have foveated streaming, if they have foveated rendering, then they should have eye tracking as well. Because the only reason that this feature works is because they track your eyes. So it's interesting. It's interesting that they go with this name. Everything that I've heard in terms of the naming of the technique has been foveated rendering versus foveated streaming. However, Maybe I'm behind, but I'm like a layman looking into the industry. So, and there is a paper right here. So, there's a paper right here. So, remote rendering systems, foveated streaming of real-time graphics. One key challenge is the amount of bandwidth. Yeah, it says foveated stream, which means they only save on the video transfer and not the actual game. Well, so even then, it does have eye tracking though, right? So it's like, because the only way that this would still work is with eye tracking. So at least in terms of the eye tracking feature, it has to be there for this to work, which makes sense. But you are correct, streaming versus rendering. So it's like it's only on the video transfer, not the actual game. So the video transfer from your PC using the wireless adapter, but then like, why wouldn't they have that? I guess like, I wonder why they wouldn't have foveated rendering if they have the foveated tracking as part of the game. But I guess foveated rendering is more a feature of the game itself. Because it's like, well, I guess like maybe they could do it on their end, but it's like, in my mind, how would they hook into it? Because it's like, this one feels like you have to go into it and you have to set it up within your game. But maybe I'm misunderstanding it, because I was thinking about it. Yeah, because it's tricky and needs multiple layers supporting it, right? But then also, like, could they even do it on their end, like irrespective of the game itself? I don't think so, right? Because how would you even do it without support within the game itself? Like, unless you somehow hook into it such that you can modify what's being sent to the graphics card before it actually renders things out. Like, if you could have like a pre-step where the VR headset comes in and does something there, because I know that I think it was Vulkan, there's like a single pre-step stage that you could run before everything else, which is how that one thing that I linked a while ago by that Microsoft engineer works, where it's like it enables foveated rendering across the board for it to work, but it was also very finicky because it's like some games might just not support that by overriding that. So, and also it like breaks effects too. Yeah, it goes too deep into the game for just a headset handle. Yeah, but at least there's eye tracking. So presumably with foveated streaming, there is eye tracking. People crash out about it regularly with the big screen beyond. Oh, because it doesn't have it, right? And then they like go like, oh, like why would you buy it if it doesn't have it? But then it's like I would buy it because it's very small in my face. So I would buy it because it's small in my face. Let's see this. Is this values first VR? What is a values first? Oh, sorry. Valves first VR, second or third if you count the HTC Vive. I swear the Vive was like I feel like, I'm gonna be honest, I feel like HTC got the short end of that stick. Because like, HTC got the short end of the stick, got into the game, made a bunch of things that no one eventually bought, and then boom, Valve was like, we don't need you anymore. And then they made their own thing. And it's like, oh shit. Yeah, because the BSP does have eye tracking, but foveated rendering is still a soon. Oh, wait, that's interesting. How come it's still a soon? Oh, as in like it just doesn't support all the ways to expose that to the systems. But then it's like, yeah. I guess I can maybe see the point of like you do foveated rendering on the headset itself versus like having to get every game to do it itself. The games would have to be able to pull the eye tracking info out. And then there's a matter of like, is it possible for you to get the eye tracking data out of the headset? And then is it possible for you to like, is it usable? Is it in a format that is usable? And then does anybody want to do that for some game engine versus them doing it on their own? What was that thing that I linked? Remember that thing that I linked before? What was that? Was it OpenXR Toolkit? I think it was OpenXR Kit or something. I think this was the one that had the thing that like allowed you to force foveated rendering everywhere. I think it was this. Yeah, this one. Here we go. I think it was this one. I think it was here. It's only good for supported graphics cards. Yeah, but foveated. There we go. So the option to enable eye tracking will appear in the menu there too. Okay, yeah. And then they would do this on its... Yeah. This is the one. And then I looked into how they did it. It's actually cool. It's specifically within the graphics APIs. There's like one specific spot where you get to do whatever you want before other things happen. Sorry, when I have to think, I limit the amount of processing power to... I divert processing power from my mouth into my brain to be able to think about what I was thinking about. Anyway, so voice standalone play, magnetic thumbsticks. I mean, this is also the same. Wait, what's what? Next generation. Hey, look, it's your. What's that thing called for the keyboards again? The Halo Fields. The Halo Fields. You think there's also fixed foveated rendering versus different? Oh, you're right. Yes. I remember hearing those terms. Yeah, foveated rendering, and then fixed foveated rendering. I can't type this. Hal effect. There we go. Yeah. The Hall effect is like yeah. Hal effect. So that's interesting. So they're going for the magnetic thumbsticks for like the Hal effect thing for these things. Is that? I guess that's probably better long term for the controller because I swear for normal controllers like the stick drift eventually comes into play, and it's usually hell, right? Because aren't most controllers they're like it's like a I feel it's like a spring or like a nub or like a ball or something. I don't know. It's like something like that. Fixed foveated rendering, and then dynamic. Okay, well it's the same page for both. Sorry, dynamic. Yeah, this one I remember. It was specifically the way that it worked, right? It was specifically the way that it actually changed things. What is okay? Deferred. Sorry, deferred. Foveated rendering. Okay, maybe it's deferred, but fixed. I can't find a page for it. I can't find a page for the second one. But I swear I remember reading it somewhere because the terms made me remember in my mind. Yeah. I swear I remember reading it. That's interesting. Easy battery access. This is surprising to me, but also it makes sense because these things, they're really annoying to have to charge, and having just a battery that you can swap out is way easier. Controllers for all your games, and the VR inputs you'd expect. Then inputs for non-VR games too. That's a lot of buttons. Actually, what's interesting is that it has the same number of buttons that I feel like was there before. I wonder how it actually works for how this feels like to use, because the one thing that I will say was very nice about the Valve Index controllers was that I could use my fingers and it didn't feel like it would fall apart. Can we watch their official announcement? Oh yeah, sure. Wait, is this new? Like right 35 minutes ago. You're too loud. Okay, I'm just gonna go two times speed. Just go 2 times speed really quick. Yeah. Okay, thank you. Here we go. Okay, now we get to the good part. Finally, the GameCube. 2026? That's fast. Wow. Early 2026 usually implies the first 3 months. So it's actually really, really fast. They're going all out. Though I guess maybe they wanted to announce it now because they wanted to get in on that on the holiday purchasing. Like this is probably gonna get people to like rethink their holiday buys and then go, okay, I won't buy anything else and I'm gonna save money for this, and I might even like pre-order it for January, which I might do. Honestly, I might do this because the thing is, my headset's like. It's, you know, it's fun, but I hate the wires. Steam Controller 2! Uh-huh. Wait, what's this for? This is for the... Yeah. This is for the controller. Oh, the controller also has these too. Huh. Oh. Capacitive? Oh. I'm gonna be honest with you. I never get the inputs on the back of a controller. Like it feels like you have to contort your hand too much. And also the problem too is that like when you contort your hand at the back, I feel like you lose some level of stability on the controller itself, unless the controller is light enough such that you could do so without accidentally like dropping the controller or having it shift. Because it's shifting in your hands is a major problem for me, at least, where like I lose the accuracy of me being able to like use stuff. Yeah, like. Exactly. You don't know if you've ever used the back pedals on the Steam Deck. I never use them either because I'm like, they're really annoying to like touch. And also at that angle, for some reason, like they're very, very difficult to press. Like they're very hard to press. It could just be the buttons themselves because even if I flip it around to try to press it, like they're much harder than a normal like facing button. And then your fingers again, just the fact that you have to use those fingers to support it feels difficult to like wrap around. It's cool that it's there though, and I do like the capacitive on the sticks itself. But I feel like that one's gonna be annoying where you have constant accidental presses. Hmm. Okay, that's sick. That's actually sick. Okay, one, it's another piece of hardware which I do hate. Two, though, they're doing they're doing the Apple MagSafe where Apple has abandoned the MagSafe, which I feel like that's pretty good. Capacitor is usually gyro control, yeah, which they mentioned, but then it's like it seems like they the way that they talked about it seems like you could also use it for other things if you wanted to too by like touching it too, right? So it's like I'm curious if like anything's gonna try to use it for more things besides gyro, because it feels like a problem. Because then it's like, oh, like now you get to worry about like if you accidentally press it in a certain way. You squeeze the controller too much. Yes, I did the same thing, and you have to turn off the back buttons because you always activate them. Same here. When you're gaming and it gets really intense, like you just like you like do like a dragon, a really harder grip. Yeah, the MagSafe coming back is sick. I just hate the fact that you have another thing to plug into your PC. You know, if you were to buy a new controller, it would have been Xbox Series controller, which needs wait, what? It needs a receiver as well. I thought the Xbox controllers was like a natively supported Bluetooth thing. Oh, so this does not seem like a step down. Yeah, so I guess not. Yeah, because in my mind, all I have is a PS4 controller, and this thing I can just use by just doing Bluetooth. So it's like I just do Bluetooth into it, and then it just works. Or even if I do cable, I just do a straight cable to it, and then Steam just it picks up for use. Which I mean, I guess that's a problem. Is like if you try to avoid the cable. Oh, but you have no Bluetooth, so you could do Bluetooth. I see what you mean. So right, I guess that makes sense because Bluetooth isn't really. It's not really a thing that every PC has, and it does take up space when you could use that space for like I don't know, like slightly better cooling. Because my slot for my Bluetooth adapter at the bottom of my PC, it's like right in front of my GPU, and it heats up like everything. It's really bad. You can just map it to whatever makes sense within Steam input. Yeah, okay, yeah. So that's for the capacitor. Steam Link, any device. And this is where they segue. Very good segue. I like how they tried to make a cool song for it, but it does look sleek. I'm curious to see how strong this is because it has to be strong enough to be worth it compared to buying a PC. 6 times more powerful, semi-custom. That's actually impressive. Wow. Oh, and you have the fast suspend. Wait, this is okay. If this thing works the way that it does, if it can bring the features from the Steam Deck over into something like a PC form factor in terms of performance and actually achieve 4K at 60 at a reasonable price, this actually might blow the water out of every other console because you get PC library with honestly very very strong compatibility. Like even most online games work, even with the online games with anti cheat. I've been able to play basically everything, right? But then you also get something that is, just a single, like one-stop shop. You don't have to go and like get parts or figure out like when's a good like what's a good manufacturer of like a pre-built PC and like fix that. Though I mean, it'd be nice to fix it yourself, but I like how they show the developers on this as if. But you know what? I've been thinking about this. So I actually. There was a period of time you didn't notice it, but I actually tried streaming from the Steam Deck a couple of times. It was actually fairly viable. It was actually fairly viable whenever I played a game that needed like a controller to some degree. The problem is that like one, it started to like heat up and then chug like shit. Two, the desktop mode was like on such a small screen required you to use a dock, so it's like I had to set everything up that way too. So it's like. It's kind of annoying. And then three, OBS support for it was also finicky. So the one thing that I did try that you didn't get to see was I did want to try like or maybe I never streamed it to you. I think I streamed it to my friends. But when I was trying out the streaming, I tried to stream directly from the Steam Deck to do a like a cooking segment, because I wanted to see if it could work. And it was very like it started to struggle to record directly on the Steam Deck itself. But I think that was just a software support issue back when it was very early. So, but it is viable as a desktop environment. I use it often. I just love when they use like a developer built-in puck. This is the Steam frame. Okay, so they're doing the same trick every single time. Oh, that's a good emote. That's a very good emote. Michi Michi wow. It seems pretty light. I wonder if they use her to lift it up to show that it's actually comfortable and light because she's older. Not to say that like, old people can't be strong, but like most old people get a lot weaker. I'm just saying, like as I get older, I feel my bones slowly grinding away. I feel my strength losing me. So maybe they did this to show that hey, like even your grandma can lift this up off her face. Because I'm gonna be real with you, even sometimes putting on the Valve Index is a little complicated for me. Trying to get my hair out of the way. Camera-based tracking. Which makes sense. I mean, this is the thing that's on the MetaQuest 3, but also the MetaQuest 3 uses the bottom cameras to like track your hands too, right? But I'm curious if you can tap into that camera feed to use it as a pass through too. Oops, sorry, didn't mean to tap that. Yeah, I'm very curious about the capacitive tracking because the current controllers, they're clunky in the sense that you have a giant wristband on it, but I don't feel like I'm gonna drop them. These ones, I feel like I'm gonna drop them constantly. Because let's say you need to grab something by opening your entire hand. What are you gonna use to hold the controller against your hand? It's gonna be like your thumb. But your thumb is at the very top, so it's like what? So like, what do you do? Surely these are the straps too. I hope so. I'm hoping that this is just a for show thing, but I feel like Valve usually shows you everything that it is, and they don't leave anything out. It feels like everything that they show is what you get. So maybe it's a change in the marketing idea, but I worry that they actually don't have straps, or that the straps aren't included and that they're separate, and then and then maybe it's like you have to buy them to make it even usable. This would be interesting here for the streaming because like you have options for this on the MetaQuest on the software side, and even like the Meta's official Air link and then the Steam link work with it too. From what I've heard, the experience is apparently really good, and it doesn't feel that bad. But still, like it depends on your conditions. Like if you have a bunch of things in your room that like might mess with it, like what happens, right? So I'm curious to see how well this works, but I don't really know exactly the stability of like what is Wi-Fi 6. Are there clicky buttons? There are clicky buttons on top. It seems like no straps would be dangerous. You speak from experience. Yeah, imagine me playing what's that game? Sword and Sorcery, Blade and Sorcery, punching people, and then I throw my controller out my window. It's like whoo! So you need a PC to use the cube. No. So the cube is a PC. The Steam frame is the headset. So the cube is like a Linux PC, but just running Steam OS. Where your eyes are looking. You know what people are gonna do? People are gonna like install Linux on this thing on day one. Like are gonna try to install Linux on this thing on day one. You're gonna see somebody like doing dev work with just their headset. And honestly, like the standalone idea does seem kind of good because it's like the one annoying thing about PC VR is that I like you have to turn on your PC and be in range of it, right? But if it is fully wireless like this, and you can use it to do other things, like it would be interesting to be able to say load up like a productivity thing, and you have to make some foods. You can just go make some food while you're watching something or like while you're doing something. That is sort of like the dream of like integrating VR into more daily life stuff. So I see why they went with the idea of a standalone VR, right? But I get the concerns about the size and the weight. Though I wonder, I'm actually curious to see if they list the weights on this page. We'll check it out after, because maybe it's like similar size and weight to the Valve Index, which is heavy. You can have an SD card. It's for porn, or if you want something for the couch and such. Because the cube is only good if you don't have a PC. Well, yeah, like it's also good if you want something for the couch. But then I wonder if it's like, because it's like you could also just connect your like a really good long wire to have your PC on the couch too. So core module, the HMD is 190 grams according to LTT. How does LTT have access to it too? What the fuck? Well, I guess it makes sense. He is technically huge. LTT Steam Frame. Introducing the Steam Frame. They already have a video too. Okay, this is interesting because usually Valve does not do these coordinated marketing drops. Maybe that's why things have been leaking over time. Because usually what Valve seem to do is like they would keep it under wraps internally and then just release it out of nowhere, right? But if they're doing a coordinated marketing push like this, that's presumably where the leaks came from, and then that's presumably how everyone is already ready to go because they've already given access to it. The cube has no legs. It has 2 legs right here, very tiny, small legs. Early 2026. So it's 190 grams of like weight on thing. Okay, this is just a marking rule. Okay, so it's 190 grams. Valve Index weight. What's like the Valve Index weight? 1.78 pounds. So the core. Oh, in the animation of it walking. Yeah, it did have like a. It is kind of funny that it's just like moving by warping its body, like it's like crushing its bones to walk around. Yeah. The Valve Index is these feel like fake links. These feel like fake links. Is there like a official site that shows the weight of it in like an official form? Is there really no official breakdown of the weight from Steam? Like this doesn't make any sense. Does Steam not care about the weight? Okay, I'm just gonna assume one of these sites is not fake. I'm gonna assume one of these sites is real, and this site right at the very top, which is pulled by the AI, is telling me something correct. Julie is a marketing manager. Junior marketing manager. I'm excited about the everything. The weight on paper is not good. That's why they don't tell you. Yeah, because that thing is heavy. It's like very, very heavy. It's like because the Valve Index already doesn't feel good, right? But then it's like if the core. So if I go to Linus Tech Tips, and let's go back here. Is there like a weight thing? Grams? There you go. Head strap weight, 245 grams. Grams. G. Wait, so weight? So there we go. The weight of the thing, 440 Gs, core module plus head strap. Otherwise, the core module itself is just 185 grams. The fact that this is like half the weight of the Valve Index, despite having so much more inside of it, is pretty impressive. So maybe it's not that bad. However, what is also the... Considering the weight on paper is high, the comfort balance is really good on the index. So true. Though, for my head shape, I had to get the like a counterbalance at that. I had to like do like a counterbalance thing at the back because like I've got like a really weird looking head. I really hope I never go bald because my head looks fucking weird. My head looks really weird. MetaQuest 3, and I am gonna go bald at some point, but I'm really dreading it. It works fine on my end. It's lighter than the MetaQuest 3. What is the big screen beyond 2? Because this thing has to be super light, right? This thing is like very light considering what it is. How does this feel, by the way? Because now that you've had it for a while, does it really feel like it's not even on your face? Like, does it feel very, very nice and smooth to use? 107 grams. You don't have it yet. Oh, you're right. Wait, I remember you telling us about this, or like telling me about it. How it's like stuck in some shipping thing or like something. I swear you said this somewhere, and I was like, "Oh, that sucks." Like you still don't have it. I think you said it during the viewer chat segment. I don't know, but it was somewhere. But 107 grams is only the headset without the cushion and the strap. I mean, still, that's like really light. And even with the strap, it's like, how much does the strap weigh? Right? It's like. Okay, well, big screen beyond 2 strap weight. It hasn't even shipped yet. Oh, the current official prediction is mid-November. Oh, and oh damn. So okay, yeah. So you still have to wait for it. Cushion, custom fit cushion. Okay, big screen beyond 2 strap weight. I mean, okay. Well, we have the cushion. The cushion is what's the weight of this? Grams? Any grams? Pro, 100% external light blocking. Lachlan, good. Fit well. There's 3 reviews and they all sound like bots. This is the only one where I'm like, this is a real person. But these two, it's like fit well, good. Man. I mean, that's interesting. Considering there are a bunch of people who ordered before you who were waiting, it might take some more. Oh, is it going out in like waves on like a first serve on like a first come first serve basis? Because yeah, that I guess that does suck. Yeah, because it's been announced for a while, and then you only recently bought it, right? 5-star good, 5-star good. Honestly, that alone tells me that they're currently. If somebody says a one word good, and it's 5 stars, I know that they're currently in heaven and they don't have any time to like talk, right? They have no space left to like talk. I like this. This is cool. I actually like what's here. They're trying first in, first out, but they have issues with some colors. You can pick the shell color. You pick the color with problems. Oh no. Recently you ordered July 30th. Oh no. You know what? It's good stream, 5 stars. Okay, now that sounds fake. It's interesting how colors within products is always a thing that seems to lead to problems the most. Like, I get why though, because like having like a good stable color that actually looks even and then nice across the entire thing, and that actually comes out on a production line evenly across every single unit is hard. But it makes me wonder, what's the point of the color then? Just have an aftermarket thing. Like, just ship it with a plain old transparent something piece of plastic, and then aftermarket you can sell. By the way, we sell extra color covers for this. Like, you don't even care and pick the default. Then it turns out they had issues sourcing. They had issues sourcing the clear? That's funny. Wait, they had issues because in my mind, because the Big Screen Beyond thing actually shows you what's there. It shows you like the. I thought they would have more trouble getting something like this, or like this, like these fancy colors, not the clear, not the default clear. Damn, they have issues getting more. Oh, they have issues getting more of it. So it's a quantity issue. Wait, but isn't plastic everywhere? Is it plastic? It's plastic, right? Like, isn't plastic everywhere? Am I crazy, or is plastic not that hard to source? So the other colors have been shipping ahead of schedule, like black and orange. That's impressive, actually. I guess, you know what? Now that I think about it, maybe that makes sense. I'm gonna think about it in the inverse now, because everybody wants like a basic clear shell for a plastic, and so it's easy, and so it's hard because it has more competition. But nobody wants to have an orange plastic because it looks weird. Like, I can't think of another product that has this like orange plastic except for like custom builds of like PCs, right? So it makes sense that they have a bunch of this lying around, and so the people that they're buying it from are like, please take the orange. We like, no one's buying the orange. We need someone to buy it. We'll like give it to you for like free. Same with this purple. You wish that they had a green, like translucent dark green. Oh yeah, that one. That would be nice, and also because your color scheme is green. And honestly, like a green headset could, a green headset could look a lot like an old tank too. Like it, because like green headset looks a lot like the scenes in like the Ghost in the Shell with their like with like, or like just like the media around it, like just like a cyberpunk-esque thing, like a very military inspired thing. I can see it looking cool. The orange looks too goofy to you. What? It looks sick. It looks like Gordon Freeman. This is, if they made Gordon Freeman in 2020, this is what he would be wearing. I just want you to know this. Gordon Freeman's costume would look like this. It wouldn't be the AGV suit with these like robotic noises on his body. He wouldn't be wearing glasses. He'd be wearing a Big Screen Beyond too. Or maybe he'd be wearing a Steam frame, actually. He'd be wearing a Steam frame. But you want the orange, not my streamer. Like, see, the orange is like good, but like, you know, I'm just saying, no one's gonna buy orange. Like, as somebody who like makes things, or like, I wonder if they're able to even get sales of the orange, right? And you did see someone's orange headset with an orange aftermarket rear cushion. It looked sick. Okay, that does sound like good. See, okay, Big Screen Beyond 2 customizations. I guess, like, is there... You know what it is? You know how Reddit has, like, a ricing subreddit for PCs? There needs to be a headset ricing subreddit. Right? Do you know what I mean? Like, V ricing. Wait, can someone make this, please? Can somebody make a V ricing subreddit for, like, the VR headset ricing movement? So I have a single place to look at these cool designs? I'm gonna make it myself. Don't sleep on orange. It's a nice color. I do agree. It's a nice color. I do think that orange is a very nice color. But what I'm saying is that I think our opinion is very niche. I think both of our opinions are very niche in the grander scheme because we already have one dissenter here. The headset racing subreddit is a Discord service. Fuck. The headsets you've seen on the big screen Discord. Goddamn. You know what? No, no, don't. Okay, I was gonna join the subreddit, but maybe I'll do it next time. But I'm actually okay. Look, I actually think that this is gonna be good. I think I would go for this. In fact, I might just buy this because I'm missing one of the base stations for my headset, and so it's like I'm missing that, and I had to buy a new one, and it's like what's the difference between $200 and $1,300, right? I'm already spending $200 for a new base station. I might as well just go all the way and like get a new headset, right? But also, I'm curious to see what this is because like a standalone VR would actually be something that I would be using more often. Because the one pain point of the current one is that I have a cable that goes to my PC, and on top of that, I can't stay too far from it. If even if it was wireless, let's say, if I had like a MetaQuest 3, if it like or like something if it's fully standalone like a MetaQuest, I think I would enjoy it a lot more because I could just use it anywhere. Because like well, which just seems like a hardcore use case, but I can feel it being useful. And I kind of want to see if I can develop that like virtual desktop thing where it's like you actually have like a virtual workspace. But I don't know if that's just something that I want to try just to see how it all works. They say it's streaming first, but you also heard that they've been developing an x64 emulator and an Android emulator for Proton. Wait, really? If true, it probably won't run VR games well natively, but having x64 and Android apps is cool. That's a good point. Yeah, because that's a good point. Yeah, because VR games. Check DMs for an example. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I will least modded. Holy shit! I like how you said this. Least modded big screen Beyond 2. This is, you can tell from their room that like they solder things on a daily basis. I don't know how to say this, but like based on the rest of this person's room, it feels like they solder things on a daily basis. like they're over here with like a Raspberry Pi, and they got look at the keyboard setup. Main keyboard, side keyboard. You know this is some serious shit going on here, and that's least modded, and it looks sick. Man, you know what? Yeah, the OWO hub thing. The what? The OWO hub is a custom USB hub that they soldered. Okay, what's funny is I googled OWO hub, and I got the OWL launch page from Western University because their URL is owlowo.ca. That's a pretty sick URL. Wait, owl.uwo.ca. That's a pretty good thing. So the OWO hub, I don't know what that is, but that's interesting. Yeah, because I'm assuming it's a thing on the left side which says OWO hub, but then it's like. Is it like a USB hub to like plug things in, and then but it has to be, right? Because then that's the thing that's plugged into the microphone that's at the bottom. Because it doesn't come with a microphone. I'm assuming that's why they did that. And that microphone looks crazy cool too. Like that microphone feels like a custom microphone that they built or something. Like that's a very interesting look. And I like how they did everything the same color scheme. Microphone is integrated. Oh, so what's the point of this thing? I guess they feel like a higher quality. The microphone is a face track. Oh, right. Because okay. To get facial expressions. Yeah. That makes sense. Wait, that's actually 5-head. That's so sick. That's actually genius. You have a face tracker that's on like a mounting hinge that you can go up and down on, and then you can point it to your face to get like facial expressions. That's sick. It's pointing at the person's mouth. That's cool. You know what? Maybe I need to go deeper into VR. But also, I really, really hope that these aesthetics sort of. I hope that some of these people get into things like I don't know, like the military. Because imagine the look of these things on like uniforms or something. This would be cool. Not to say that it's a good thing, but like we could have like a new renaissance of like the cyberpunk genre, or like even let's say the like Ghost in the Shell style, where it's like now we have a new renaissance built by VR people, like VR enthusiasts defining a whole new look. So the hub splits the one USB-C on the headset to split for the face tracker and the earphones. Oh, I didn't see the earphones. Wait, does it come with built-in speakers, or is it like a speakerless thing? Because now that I'm looking at it, does the Steam Frame have a built-in speaker? I'm actually curious if it does. Because how do you listen to the sounds of the game if you don't have that? Where's the speaker on the Steam Frame? Because even here, like when when they show it off the side. Oh, sorry, I had the wrong thing. There's just this thing, but I'm assuming that's like a strap that you use to adjust. They did mention sound, yeah. So I'm curious where it is. The big screen beyond had said there's no audio by default unless you buy the official audio strap or use something you have. This person has the in-ears dangling on the side, which I actually really like. So I hope, because the one thing that I hated, so I'm really glad that they're moving to the strap design, because I really hate the rigid thing on the side of like this Valve Index, because I can't wear my good headphones, which sound way better than what they have, and also gives me noise canceling, because I hate hearing myself when I talk, and I hate hearing the noises of the real world when I'm playing things. I had to boost the volume, and this is a very niche problem to have, but I hate the sound of the headphones bleeding into the microphone. It's such a niche problem to have that you only care about if you're streaming or playing multiplayer. But that's why I sound so weird in VR, is I've been trying to make it sound better without any noise bleeding. So, I mean, the fact that they're going for the strap means that maybe I should do something like that too, where I have in-ear monitors, or just wear my headphones on top. But I'm curious to see where the speakers on both sides are here. I see. So it's speakers shooting backwards. So it's shooting backwards away from the microphone, which is interesting. Which is because the current one, it's like it bounces off your face into the microphone, whereas these ones shoot backwards away from the microphone towards your ears, in the same way that like noises would be coming from your front. And because it doesn't go over your ears and your ears are still there, it's like hearing things normally. That actually, you know what? That's actually pretty cool, because then it's like, that's how sound works anyways. Like if you're facing the sound, then you can hear it, right? So that's good. I mean, you can hear sound anyways, but like, but you know what I mean? Like your ears are pointing out for like a reason. Arm pivots on both sides. Magnetic face gasket. SD card slot behind the face gasket. That's an interesting. It's similar to how the Quest audio works. You know, I've never thought about the Quest audio. Yeah, because I've never cared about the Quest. I never cared about the Quest because it had the very like thick thing on the sides, but also because like it seems to have its own ecosystem, which is completely different from what I was looking for. So I never bothered to look into it, but it totally makes sense. Yeah, because I don't see anything here that would look the same either, except for this like metal thing. But also they also have a strapless controller, so maybe I wonder how like the playing for that would work. But then you don't need a controller, right? Because I swear they have the like camera tracking thing for your fingers. Arm pivots on both sides. Expansion port on the bottom. What's the expansion port for? And then you have the cameras on the front two eyes over here to do the tracking itself, because it's lighthouse free. Camera aux button. What's an auxiliary button? What? Volume plus, volume minus on the headset itself. That's interesting. And cameras on top as well. IPD lock. Oh yeah, this is the thing. Isn't this the thing with it's like the distance between your eyes, right? IR illuminators. What is an IR illuminator? Oh, infrared. Right. And speakers on both sides. Okay, this is cool. USB-C at the back. That's interesting. Huh. Quest 3 can work fully hand tracked. Yes. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, that explains why maybe I often never see people with the controller on it. Aux button, you're not sure, but you have to guess. It might be like the button on the index that you can use to navigate menus when you control at the back. Wait, there's a button on the index? You can tell that I don't really use the Valve Index very often, or I've never looked deeply into how to use it. Right? Like I've looked into like maybe modding, like how to mod it just to be able to like see if I can remove the headphones to put my own headphones, and I was like, it's just too risky. Left under the left side under the headset. Oh, okay, I think I know what you're talking about. I think I've seen it. Yeah. Opposite position. Yeah, I think I've seen it. I think I've pressed it a couple times, and I did wonder what this does, because it seemed to do nothing. But okay, that makes sense. Huh. And then USB slot at the back, and then I guess you can like run a wire to the front if you do things. You know what? I'm excited for this. I actually am very excited for this, because I'm curious to see how this is going to go. I do like that it's standalone, but bringing up that point about like it's made for streaming VR. When the chatter brought it up, it makes sense, because it's like if they're doing everything through Steam OS and they're emulating it, what does that mean? Like, but at the same time, I wonder if that's a real issue because, like, let's say you stream it over with a video because it's wireless. Like the whole goal, like the whole thing about wireless is that you have no wire, and so you can't really use the display as an output anyway. So you'd have to stream it over anyway. So it makes sense that they're optimizing for the streaming experience because like there's really no other way to do it anyways. But let's say you plug in a wire. I mean, let's say, but like maybe there's no way to because it seems like there's just one USB port. But if you could plug in a wire, I wonder if it just outputs to the display normally, bypassing the Steam OS on the headset. And so it's like maybe it's like a non-factor of like, is it built for VR or not? Though I do think it's interesting to bring up that fact of like, if it's Steam OS and then you have to like, and then it's ARM, and then you download like let's say Half-Life Alyx, which is built for x64 on your Steam OS. How well does it run? But presumably presumably it's going to run well because like if you think about it, that's how the Quest 3 is, right? Like the Quest 3 has a bunch of VR games and they're all built for the same architecture, you know? So it should be fine. Though I guess on their end it's more emulation and not native. Maybe they're going to require developers to upload both. I'm not really sure. There's both a home button and a confirm button within the overlay. Okay. You know what? Thank you. You know, maybe I should use that more. But there's no point, because this is coming out. There's no point in me learning it, baby. I can throw it away. No, I'm just kidding. I don't need it anymore. This is interesting. There's a lot of different things to think about. Like, with the ARM processor and the way that it works, I'm curious to see how this is going to go. Yeah, because it's like, would they then require every developer to like do uploads of both versions of the game? Because like, right now, and also this is so there's a bunch of things where there's some wild project that runs x86 applications on the standalone Quest. Wait, really? Wait, Quest x86. So one, I wonder how this changes it from a developer standpoint, where it's like, how do you build your projects for Valve Index VR? Is VR in general going to move towards, you know, ARM? And then if it does, will Steam require you to upload both versions? Will this impact any existing ones? I probably won't be, and it probably will just be like something of like you have to play them streaming, or they emulate it. Yeah, like it's exactly like maybe they'll have a Steam frame verified as an incentive. Yeah. And this would probably impact the least developers who are porting their games from like the Quest over to Steam VR, because they would already have a build that's like 99% of the way there, presumably, and so they could just like port it over almost wholesale. But for something that's like PC VR native, it's like, do they then have to recompile it to make it workable on ARM? If you want to run natively on the Steam frame, I wonder how that's going to go. But then also, what was the other thing that I was thinking of? Yeah, so like the impact of it on existing games, presumably they won't have this because of the emulation thing that other chatter mentioned. Or does it mean that any game that is existing, you have to stream it over and you can't play it on the headset? How's this going to work? And then, yeah, how is it going to impact the industry? Because, like, is everything going to move towards ARM for the architecture that you compile your games to? Like, would everything be compiled for ARM eventually to like play with? And then what, like, especially with like the two major players, it feels like within the VR space in terms of software going towards that, maybe we just lose x64 entirely. I'm curious to see how this plays out. But again, I'm still excited for this. I actually think standalone is a great choice. I still think it's possible for VR to be a very useful thing on a daily basis, but it's just, honestly, the Valve Index, I regretted getting it just because it was so bulky and so attached and like locked down to my PC, whereas like the MetaQuest 3, as soon as it came out, I was like, fuck, that looks really good. But now this is out, I can get this. Because I feel like it's going to work out very, very well, where like, you could actually do a lot of really cool things, especially if it's Steam OS, right? Like, realistically, you have all the power of a normal operating system. It's not locked down like the MetaQuest 3, which was the pain point of it. And so it's like, you can do anything on it. Like, realistically, you could have a full computing in environment in it too. And like, Apple Vision, like their Apple Vision Pro thing was meant to try and like capture some of that, but that also failed. So I'm curious to see if that maybe picks up with this. And the reason I'm also excited is because it also means Linux on ARM is probably going to get a lot of development. Was it not already getting a lot of development? I swear it was getting like a lot of development just because it was like something that people would use on various like smaller devices. Like I swear there's like a ton of devices that have it. Or do you mean like more? I guess like more like corporate presence and also like funding in terms of like the opportunities that brings behind the development. Because I guess you mean it in the same way that I mean, like, I don't understand why there's like 100 distributions of Linux when they could all be working on a single one to make it better. Because I feel like the Linux side always splits themselves up way too far. But what's there? Rechargeable battery. I mean, yeah, it's just this is neat. Until we see more, I'm actually curious how it goes. I'll probably like off stream check out more. I really want to see how the controller feels like too, and I really hope that there's a strap. But I wonder how the strap feels like, because like the strap of the Valve Index controllers is really nice. It holds your hands very tight on it, which I really enjoy. It's very nice to be able to like, you know, hold it there and you can basically let go of it with both your hands. I'm curious how like an attachable strap for this thing would work to give you the same effect. Because usually the straps that I see are like the wrist straps, where it's like, okay, it's on your wrist, but you can't just let go and open your hands for it. So there has been development, but still not on par with x64. I see. And then if you can find those rumors of the x64 and Android emulators, please let me know, because I'm curious to see what that means. Because I swear Android emulation has been a thing for a very long time, just in the general through QEMU, right? Like, can you just use QEMU to emulate just about anything? I mean, but like in particular Android, because that's how Android Studio does everything too, right? So it's like, I don't know. To be fair, that side I have no clue. So whatever you know, please send it over too, because I'm curious to see how that all feels like. I now have a new holiday purchase. I was for the holiday, I was planning like maybe I should get something else, but for the holiday, maybe I just get this and maybe I stream from my bed. Wait, chat. I could literally wake up, put the headset on, and just start streaming. Like, I don't even have to move. I'll just shit my pants. I could be in bed with a headset on and just go like, hey guys, welcome to my stream. Today we're going to play Balatro in VR. And I run OBS or something on the side. I'm curious to see how you could, I guess like, how would streaming VR and stuff work? Because streaming VR right now is fairly straightforward. You run the application there on PC. No, I guess it would work the same. You just stream the same game application. I don't even think that's like a major consideration, but for me it kind of is. Yeah, no, this is cool. I'm curious to see what people can make for this in terms of mods too. What's funny is that even though they announced 3 things, I literally don't give a shit about the Steam controller nor the Steam machine. Not to say that I don't think that they're good. I think the Steam machine, if it's priced well, is actually going to be a very interesting competition, because I'm going to be honest, console exclusives, have you ever seen the PS5 console exclusives list? This thing is sad. Like, it's actually it's probably the saddest list that I've ever seen. This is the full PS5 only games list. This is all the games that are only available for the PS5 at this moment. There's maybe the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 games. And then you have Xbox, which recently announced that they're sort of going away from the exclusive model, and that Xbox is going to be available everywhere, right? I feel like the Steam machine might just eat the lunch of both consoles to some degree, where it's like, okay, now you get all of your PC games that you can play on PC as well, and then you also have it in a console form, so that, you know, like, it's like you can transfer the library over to your PC very easily, because it's just a PC, like a Steam library, that just works everywhere. So again, really, really good like sales for like them. And then you get all the games that are on PC, which is all the games on the consoles minus these 18, which is great. So it's like, I feel like this is gonna go crazy. On top of that, you can run anything on this thing, because you can run emulators on it. You can run, I don't know, like a whole bunch of shit on it. Whereas, like, the consoles themselves are locked down. This is the thing that's going to eat the lunch of the consoles, for sure. If they can somehow convince people to buy it, I think PS5 would be officially dead in some way. Same with, like, the Xbox, but Xbox has already admitted that they're kind of dead with their statement of, like, we want Xbox for everyone. So I think we're going to see a whole paradigm shift. Gyro community is gonna be hella hype for Steam controller too. Yeah, well, what does that mean? What do you mean the gyro community? What are there people looking at different things, being like, "Oh boy, it's a gyro"? Okay, we're gonna look at the first look. We're gonna look at the first look. Yeah, you think they're gonna use WageRoid for Android emulation? I swear, I remember hearing that somewhere. WageRoid. This sounds very familiar. There has been development, but still. Oh, sorry. That was the thing that you said before. Main features of WageRoid. A container-based approach to boot a full Android system on on regular Linux systems running Wayland-based desktop environments. I guess this one's probably a lot easier, right? Because Android isn't it just like a really fancy fork of Linux with the Google backing behind it, and so like as long as you can solve some major key issues, you just get it. I think there's not really much difference, anyways. I guess that makes sense. And Google does have their own official emulator that they've been playing with for their Play Game Store, which is like a more locked down version. But I swear that one uses QEMU under the hood too. So I mean, this is cool. Thank you for this. One problem you encounter whenever you watch VR stream is you get motion sickness sometimes. Yeah, yeah. Like just watching the content for it is like hard. I think playing it's a lot easier. Where it's like eventually you get used to it, and playing it, I feel like the effect on you feels a lot better. Unless you're on a roller coaster ride, I still can't handle those. But like watching it, yeah, it's just that like the amount of motion is very painful. Funny features of Steam controller. Yeah, I don't know. The Steam controller, like the more that I look at this thing, the more I'm like, I don't know. This is something that I really care about. Look at this. I don't know. This doesn't look very comfortable to hold. Like I don't know about you, but the way that I grip my PS4 controller, like my hands go around the legs, like I'm holding on for dear life, almost like an eagle does with its claw talons, right? So this one having this giant skirt at the bottom feels annoying to do, especially if there's buttons back there, which there are. Unless it's maybe it's just a perspective thing where it's like really deep. But yeah, I don't know. The controller I don't really care about. This and these two are the main things. You. Fuck. I wish I was the famous Canadian so I could get the like first look. Why are you the famous Canadian, huh? Fucking Canadians, man. I wish I was the famous Canadian. I'm Canadian too, man. Where's my Valve Steam frame? Okay, skip the ad. Okay, skip the ad. Skip the ad. I just want to see him using it. Wait, what? Reflections? What? Up. New controllers. Okay, there we go. The new controllers. Maybe he can talk about it. Okay, but can you show your fingers moving? Okay, can you show? Yeah? Can you show your... Here we go. That's the strap. Okay, this makes more sense now. Yeah, because I was curious how they could do a strap, but I didn't think about that configuration. So that's the strap that they have. You can then let go of the controller and like play any game that supports like the 5-finger tracking, but most games for some reason don't, even though it's really cool. But I get it because like there's only a handful of controllers that I do. That's okay. That's like cool. So that's that. More about the frame. So I'm just curious. I'm just skipping to the highlights because he talks a lot about the info, which like I'll think about later. What? Foveated streaming. Okay, this is the thing here too. Okay, that's just okay. So this is just how to configure it. Yeah, and then decides to say less pixels over here. Yeah, instead of rendering like in full 4K, you would do in like 128 by 128 or something. Yeah, this doesn't affect the GPU. Mm-hmm. But only for the video streaming. Okay, okay. Thank you for getting to the point. Thank you for getting to the point. Honestly, this is why whenever somebody tells me that they watch a video to get information, I go, get the fuck out of here, man. Like, just go to reading. I can't stand videos where they take 5 hours to get to the goddamn point because there's too many words being used. Just say the thing that you want to say and stop putting a show on. I'm begging you, Linus. Wow, that's actually interesting. That's a very long reach. And he does talk about the dongle. I'm curious if he shows the dongle. Just watch in 4 times speed. Sorry, that's a premium feature. By the way, you see this premium feature? Go here, go to your console, use the selector. I forget what it's called. It's called like a jQuery or something. I'm pretty sure this is jQuery. Playback rate equals 4. You can do it for free. You don't have to pay for premium. Like, you literally don't have to pay for premium. Now it's at 4 times speed. You can even go to 8 times speed if you want to. You can go to 16 times speed if you want to, and you don't need to pay. You don't need to pay for it. Okay, there's no need to pay for it. Oh shit! Oh, he's too fast. He's too fast. Linus, come back. Linus, come back to me, please. Hacker, install an extension. I refuse to install an extension. He doesn't show the dongle. He doesn't show where the dongle is. Because I'm curious to see what is the dongle. I mean, we've seen it, but also like he doesn't talk about the dongle in isolation. I mean, I again, I guess you just plug it into whatever port that you have, and then it just works. Honestly, in 50 feet away is actually that's pretty impressive. Where here we go, latency numbers. That's actually very imperceptible. That's the. I mean, no, I mean, the 4 to 5 might be maybe a little bit more perceptible because like our eyes do see very very quickly, but it's like even then it's like you would barely even notice it, honestly, especially when other things are going on. Like I feel like I feel like if you're doing like a stress test of like you stare at yourself in an empty room and you're just staring at your hands, you would maybe notice it. But like if you're doing things within a game, I feel like you're too busy focusing on other things to even notice that small of a latency. And if that actually comes true, that's actually pretty impressive. Though again, he did mention that it depends on your GPU, and because I'm assuming more cores and just better performance would actually do it much more well. Which means I probably do need to build a streaming PC now because I don't think I'd be able to do two at once. 50 feet is very far too. You know what? Maybe this is actually kind of good. This is really good. Line of sight, yeah, because you get to stay there. Oh yeah, VR cafes, audio. Okay. Hmm. I actually don't think the Valve Index microphone is that good. I for some reason couldn't get it to. It's just it's something about the way that it picks up all the noise. Like its cardioid pattern is massive. Its cardioid pattern seems to go all around, so it picks up all the background noise. So I don't really know if it works for the Valve Index. Are there multiple microphones? Because maybe there's a way that I can like force it to use a specific one. Is there a microphone on it that like specifically aims at your mouth and has the cardioid pattern just closed off so that only sounds from your mouth can appear? Because whenever I use the Valve Index, I notice like any noise even around me could get into it. Whereas right now, I'm snapping my fingers behind my microphone, and you don't hear it because the cardioid pattern of this mic is like really really forward. It's like only facing in the front of it. This is me being like maybe 1 inch off the mic. This is me being like 2 inches off the mic. That was the one thing that I hated about it, but that's only because the reason why I have to get so close to my mic and the reason why I sound like a dude is because my environment specifically is very noisy. So I'm curious to see if there's actually a better solution for that. That was the only thing that I hated about the microphone, was it just had a very wide receiving range for all the noises. Sound bleed, uh, which is the huh? Oh, this is the X64 thing that you were talking about, right? Okay, there you go. Fex Emu. So they've been contributing to this thing. Fast mode, a fast user mode, x86 and x64 emulating. So it actually is for everything. Wow. On ARM64. Fex allows you to run x86 applications on ARM64 Linux devices similar to QEMU user in Box 64. Offers broad compatibility with both 32-bit and 64-bit binaries and can be used alongside Wine and Proton to play Windows games. What's supporting API calls the whole system libraries like OpenGL or Vulkan to reduce emulation overhead. That's nice, actually. Yeah. The experimental code cache helps minimize in-game stuttering as much as possible by caching the code, right? Furthermore, user app configuration system allows tweaking performance per game, e.g. by skipping costly memory model emulation. So it's similar to like most emulators where you get to do specific options for certain games. If you know that these games are doing something weird with how they do things, so it's easier to just set this option for them not to do something to like work with their weirdness. Yeah. It requires ARM 8.0 hardware, which is basically everything out on the market now, except for like really old devices. Yeah, rootfs root file system is required and can be downloaded using your effects rootfs fetcher. Thank you, Linus. Linus, you are handy. Okay, maybe Linux, he just gets. Maybe we give him a pass for talking too long because he does give us some good information. Mm, a, a great frame. Mm. And that's basically them. It's interesting. So it's interesting that they're doing this because like the entire Quest ecosystem is a bunch of Android applications, right? So it's like I think it's like all of them are just Android applications because I swear the Quest runs Android, and then you have to compile for Android. And so it's like if they do this, theoretically, you could just download any Quest game that you have and just run it directly. Because right now, you need something like the Revive, I think is what it's called, which is this thing does not. This thing doesn't really work too well, and so it's like it's kind of annoying to use because it's like kind of annoying to like figure out which game, especially for the newer games. Like some of them just don't seem to work very well, and also some of the ones too. And also like you can tell like the performance is a little bit off too. So this is interesting. I wonder how that's gonna affect developers too, because then it's like maybe developers just say, hey, we're just gonna make one version for the Quest. If you want to get the game, buy it on the Oculus store, and then they don't have to deal with like pouring it over to like Steam. But also, I mean, just this alone means that we're finally going to get ways to play all these games. I get ways to play all of these games that I've wanted to on the Quest. Because the Quest has some pretty cool games. For instance, they get Cave Cray VR first. This is still coming soon on Steam, okay? This game is coming soon on Steam. It's already out on the Quest. And now that I think about it, I wonder if it's coming soon on Steam because maybe they knew about the release timing. Wait. If you don't know, this is so as soon as this is out, we're gonna play this because this game involves you climbing into the Nutty Putty Cave. Like the real Nutty Putty Cave. That's sick. Good freeze frame on Linus there. Wait. Linus! That's good. Light seal isn't perfect. I've wait. Hmm? They're just monochrome. Oh fuck. Yeah, because the one thing about the Vision Pro that is interesting is that if it wasn't so fucking heavy, you could actually use it in a normal environment. there's one guy on Twitter where like every single week it seems like he posts like a new development on his experiment bringing the Apple Vision Pro somewhere. He went on a roller coaster, and while on the roller coaster, he was watching he was watching a YouTube video. What's his name? It's not any of these dudes. It's not any of these dudes. I think he's only on Twitter. But he was just trying it out, and he was going anywhere. He was going to the park. He was like working outside. He even built a thing that has his like keyboard like just hanging on his like chest strap to be able to like work while he's walking around going for his daily jog. And I'm like, this is insanity. But that's one of the things, right? Is like if the AR works well, you could theoretically enhance the space. Sadly, if it's only monochrome, that sucks. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. You know what? Cool. Hold up. Isn't this the guy, the staring at? Isn't this the staring guy? Yes, with the thing. Yeah, yeah. So that was his. So that this meme. So this meme is because he was thinking of retiring. So what's sad is that this meme came about because in this video he started crying. He started crying because he was like conflicted between his ambitions, but also the fact that like he wants to raise and take care of his family. By the way, he retired 5 years ago. So I don't think his retirement went well. You've been wanting something like this to watch videos while you do stuff. Yeah, because like the thing about this is that a computer is annoying in that it stays in one place. A handheld is annoying in that your hands are busy. Something like this is like you could use it while you're doing other things, but also just the idea of integrating your real space in a virtual environment. There's a lot of possibilities in terms of the play there and also the productivity. Like, I still think about this all the time. I still think about the fact that there's no VR desktop thing that has the idea of like a virtual workspace using your real space. Like you could just have a bunch of like real notes set up in like different spaces, and then you could like switch to a different workspace and just keep working on them in a physical manner. Because when I think about whenever I do stuff for like research or something, I often really enjoy the physicality of the research where I can just place notes anywhere, almost like a Zettelkasten board or something, right? Is it called Zettelkasten? Yeah, almost like a Zettelkasten board where it's just like, just like notes everywhere, and then I have this like giant board full of things and I'm drawing arrows between things. Like this is something that I do on a daily basis, but also just in general. It's like that's how I view the world in a physical sense, right? And so VR, that's the one thing that I've sort of wondered about is like why we haven't done that yet for VR. But I think this would actually make computing a little bit less painful. I actually think this would be a great segue into how computing in general could be done through VR. But the only problem there is like eye fatigue and also like like I guess like you gain something on the multi-window situation, and that you don't have to like alt tab to get to something. If you have like one, even three monitors doesn't feel like enough. You literally just look to your left, and then there's the window for like Blender. I don't know, and then you look to your right, and you see a window for like your like web browser. Yeah, there's like a bunch of stuff. Just audio is fine, but having videos, context, and subtitles would be great. Yeah, exactly. And specifically, it's good that you said about the context. Like, it's like, in my mind, VR with the possibility of having like the physicality, you get that physical context on the things, right? And so the video context is like one thing, but like it's a great way of talking about it because it's like it's a thing that we're all aware of. Where like I could like you hear me talking, but I'm not here, so you don't really know. Like it's like you're losing something from the experience. But if you see my expressions, then you get something. Or if you see a video and they're talking about something, but you can't see it, then you can't really know what they're doing. That's what VR kind of feels like, where it's like I wish we could get to that point where we have that extra context within things. We just haven't got that. We don't seem to have gotten there yet, fully yet. Anyways, this is cool. I'm curious to see how it goes. Again, he did mention that the specs of it in terms of the display weren't the best ever, but I feel like the Valve Index display was already really, really good. Where it's like, I could notice it when it was starting up and I was doing nothing. Where I'm like, oh, I can see the pixels. But like while you're doing stuff, like when you're playing games, you don't see anything. You just see the game, and I was like, this is great as this. LCD so not good by it felt so true. Okay, maybe we wait for the Valve. Maybe we wait for the Steam frame too. Maybe we just keep waiting for various Steam frame releases. But I think this is good. I think especially if you're starting out, like this might be a better play because you get a bunch of games that you can eventually play on your PC, right? The one thing that sucks about the MetaQuest is that it's only viewer games and it's only games that you can only play on the MetaQuest. Whereas like, and then it's also Android. So, and I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest with you. The Android ecosystem for applications fucking sucks. I've never seen a really good way of doing a lot of analog. Like, look, I've never seen a good analog between the things that you can do on PC on like say like a real desktop OS and being able to do it on a mobile OS like Android or iOS. I've been trying for years and that's just still isn't something there. I mean, even to the point where like Samsung Dex, they basically stopped doing the official Samsung Dex, well, like a dock, as well as their like Samsung Dex specific Linux environment thing that they were trying to like do that they stopped working on, right? From like Samsung. So at least if you get this, you get the full ecosystem of PC. It's a better buy in my mind just because of that compared to the Quest. And it's wireless, which is cool. I'm excited, man. I wish it could come out sooner, but you know, I guess January, like sometime January, February, or you know, that's like still really, really soon. And now I know what to buy for Christmas. Thank you for showing me this, chat. I would have missed this because I don't like to talk to people. I don't like to be in any space, like any VR space. If people are like, "Hey, join my Discord," I'm like, maybe in like 5 years, and maybe I'll talk there once every like in a blue moon. Well, that's cool. Thank you for showing me this. I'm excited to see how it goes. Steam Machine is going to change consoles, and this is going to change some VR stuff. I'm really curious to see how the performance works, though, because again, there's just something weird about the way that it's working. I'm curious if they'll ever release something that connects directly to the wire, similar to how the Oculus Quest has its own like Oculus Link, but presumably they're going all in on the wireless thing. So, we're going to move on now. While this is all cool to talk about, this has now eaten up 2 hours of my time, which is not bad, but like, holy moly, I was only going to go for like a 5-hour stream, so this is kind of bad. Once again, I've been hit by a side train. Sometimes I go online and like, I don't mind it, right? But like, when it feels like sometimes a train just comes in and it just hits me. And I just keep getting pulled along its like tracks and I can't stop myself. And then we end up on this whole side tangent. At the same time, this is like the biggest news in a very long time. Yeah, exactly. It's a worthwhile side train, yeah. And it makes me sort of wonder, right? Because like, what else does Valve have? Because if you like, they must have other things that they're going to announce very soon for the holiday season. I'm actually curious about this because it's like, you know, we know that they've been busy on Half-Life because of Half-Life Alyx and sort of the revival of their internal interest within that series, right? And then the story of the game ends off on a cliffhanger where it's like, you know, at the end of the game. I'm curious if they're gonna like announce any further like game developments from there. I'm curious if Deadlock is maybe getting closer to some official thing too, because they did release that new hideout thing. Plus, they dropped the visual novel and like stuff, right? So it seems like they're deciding to cut things out for some larger release soon. I'm very curious to see what else they have hiding in the wings. Because Valve is this like funny, it's such a funny corporation where they do everything in the secret and then boom. By the way, we have this and then this and then this and then they drop 3 new pieces of hardware all at once. Or maybe their hardware side works independently of their software side. I don't know. Fresh out the oven. Choo choo. Do I eat bun buttluck? Why are you asking me this? But yes, I do. They're very good. If you don't know what this is, I don't know why the mod asked me, but it's like these things. They're very chewy and it's a texture that you have to get used to. It's almost like a gelatin outside, but it's so good. There's like shrimp meat inside and you don't eat it with soy sauce. That's fucked up. You eat it with fish sauce. Man. Now I don't even want to stream. Now I just want to wait until this thing comes out. Now I just want to pick up some more contracts so I could like get everything for it. Because now I need to think about maybe I should upgrade my PC. You know what I mean? Like, if you're already spending $1,300 on a new headset, maybe you might as well spend $5,000 for like a new 5090, right? Like at that point, it's like, there's really no difference. It looks so good. It's really, really good. You didn't know what it was until you saw them in a YouTube video. Just say, there's a whole array of really good Vietnamese dishes along that thing. Have you ever eaten bun goong? It's like a rice roll thing. But yeah, bun goong and bun urk. These two things are really good too. If you ever want to eat these, you should check these out. These are also really tasty with fish sauce. This is like insanely good. If you can ever get this, this is way easier to eat than the bun baplok, because this one's like it's just like it's not really chewy. It's just a rice paper roll that's like soft. So you just bite into it, and it's almost like eating like a bread almost. But like not like a starchy bread. It's like a really nice smooth bread thing. It's nice. And then there's just meat and ground beef and mushrooms and onions and the sauce and the meatloaf sausage and then the fritters. Oh, 5080 Super soon. Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, the 5080 Super is apparently going. I mean, I've heard about it for so long now that also seems like a dream. But also, it's like, but then it's like, why buy a 5080 Super when you just get like the something 5090 Ti if it ever seems to like drop too? What is the difference between a Super and a Ti? Have they stopped doing Ti's? Like, is my Ti the final Ti in the entire NVIDIA thing? I know, the 2080 Ti, because it seems like they stopped doing Ti and there's only Supers now. Yeah, they dropped the ball with the naming. Which one is better? Exactly, yeah, because it's like, what do you do to like buy it? Like, is it 5090 or is it 5080 Super? I mean, I've always had that complaint with the naming scheme of graphics hardware, like or just like any PC hardware. A lot of it seems nonsensical. Exactly. Yeah. Is there a Super Ti? Exactly, because it doesn't make any sense. It's like, what, like, which one do you go for? And then why? And then what does Ti even mean? Like titanium? What does titanium matter? Right? Like, it's just strange to me. Thank you for understanding my pain. At least the Steam frame makes sense. Like, the Steam frame is a very straightforward thing that just makes sense in terms of what it is. And you know what you're going for with the Steam frame. Like, it's just like, oh, the Steam frame is better. I mean, I guess the Steam frame is a bit of a weird name, because it's like, is it better than the Valve Index? I don't really know. Maybe there's going to be some confusion. Also, I wonder if the Valve Index is going to have a AR price drop, or if they're just going to stop selling it, because like, presumably they'll still have a support line, but they probably won't want to do more for it, because I doubt they can handle like multiple hardware versions. But because I swear their other hardware stuff, it's like once they've stopped support for it, they stop making it, and then they stop selling it entirely. And so it's like you couldn't even get it unless it was like second party, right? But we'll see. We're going to move on now. Two major pieces of news. Tomorrow's adult game stream will be happening, so I won't be live on Twitch. I will be live on Discord, because that's the only way that I can do it. And also, you have to upload your ID. Sorry, that's just not my rules, but also it keeps me safe. It's a Discord rule. Now this is some actual spot. Now this is some actual sponsored by Valve content. So yeah, it's a Discord thing. Two, we're gonna move on now to some games. There's a really interesting game that I want to show you all today. We might not get to the programming because I only have 3 hours to go for Discord, not OnlyFans. Yes, because on OnlyFans, there's such a stupid thing that you have to have. You can't go live on OnlyFans unless you have 5 subscribers. With subscriptions, they can be free, but then I need 5 of you to make an account to go and watch it. Whereas like a live stream, I think you can just watch it. So it's like, I don't really know what to do. So it's like this, like, it seems like a complicated system. So I would need at least 5 chat members to make an OnlyFans account to give me 5 subscriptions to be able to do a live stream, which is stupid. So that's why not OnlyFans, and that's why it's on Discord. But Discord has the same safety features. So yeah, if you know, then you know. If you don't know, then it's because you haven't uploaded your ID. Did you know that they leaked the IDs recently, actually? So, like, if you uploaded your ID, somebody has your real ID. Somebody has my passport right now. Like, they could be using my passport for any number of things. Maybe they're using it to, like, I don't know, to, like, get on a plane to, like, go somewhere very, very bad for me. And maybe I'm on a no-fly list because they use my passport that's been leaked, and they somehow got somebody who looks exactly like me. Maybe I'm already on some list. Maybe the next time I go to the passport, I'll go into a very dark room where some TSA agent is gonna, like, tase me and say, "What have you done? Where are the bodies?" Maybe it's too late for somebody like me, and there's nothing that I can do to stop it. All because they leaked the IDs. Anyways, if you want to watch that stream tomorrow, be sure to upload your ID there and hope for the best. Give me a moment to set things up. I need some water too, so just I don't know, just enjoy silence.